Good evening, everyone. I'm meteorologist Riley Fannon in for Teresa Carter through the week this week. But let's go ahead and dive right on into our local satellite radar because some of you have seen some rain over the last few hours, and most of us are waiting until this area of rainfall you see impacting just west of Omaha and into Omaha. Once that works its way over towards us, that's going to be our initial round of storms. We're really looking at two different rounds, one tonight and then one as we get in towards the mid and later morning hours of tomorrow. What are we talking about in terms of strength? Well, we're not looking at anything that is exponentially severe like the devastating tornadoes we saw recently, but what we are looking at is damages that could come from some very strong and quick wind gusts, as well as periods of some small to medium hail. We could be looking at some pretty intense downpours at times too. The rainfall amounts are going to vary by quite a bit depending on where these thunderstorm cells really want to move through. So taking a look at the timing of it, we're expecting to pick up a little bit more moisture over the next few hours as some of these storms start to develop right along the I-35 corridor and moving east. But really, we're waiting for this area off towards our west. The stuff that is hitting Omaha right now, once that moves in, that's going to be our concern. But we are going to see some storms popping up before the widespread scenario really begins. So as these storms roll in, we're really going to look for most of this activity, the widespread event of it occurring very early tomorrow morning, but storm chances should start to pick up in the next few hours and then really pick up about 10 p.m. and onwards. So as these storms work their way across, we are looking at some of these storms producing periods of intense downpours, like I said, small to medium hail, wind gusts in excess of 50 to 60 miles an hour. So that's our threats. Tornado chances are very minimal. The only area that's looking at a threat of a tornado is well off towards our east, out in towards the Illinois and Indiana border. So not going to be concerned with much in the way of tornado threat, but still some very strong storms are going to be possible. So you want to keep that in mind if you have any plans to get out tonight at all. Taking a look at the rainfall amounts, like I said, it is really going to vary depending on where those thunderstorm cells want to move through. Some of us could be as low as just 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 of an inch, which is what most of us should be looking for in a kind of widespread characteristic. But some of these localized areas, an inch, 1.7 inches out towards Kirksville, 1.5 in Edina, 2.2 out towards Milan. Even a few areas up north here across the border into southeast Iowa, upwards of an inch just northeast of Bloomfield, and right in between areas of Unionville and Milan, we could be looking at almost 2.5 inches in that spot as well. So periods of intense downpours are very likely, and that could mean some standing water on the roadways as you get up and get out the door to work tomorrow. So make sure you're tuning into Ella tomorrow morning as she'll be tracking them right during the heart of those storms. So here's a look at temperatures right now. It is still very mild across the heartland. 94 in Milan, 95 in Centerville, the warmest right now, 88 down towards Macon. So through the evening hours, we're going to be looking at temperatures slowly starting to cool off, but not by much. They're going to stay near almost 70 degrees. But take a look at Tuesday's forecast. So we have rain, yes, and storms, but look at that temperature. 81 degrees, a big drop in temperatures as we head in towards Tuesday. However, they do look to rebound over the next few days, but we could be looking at a trend that keeps us hovering right at or maybe even just below average for seasonable high temperatures.
All right, thanks, Riley.